My son, my daughter, I know that sometimes the path feels dark and your strength fails. I know there are moments when you feel like you can't go on, when worries overwhelm you and fear takes control. But listen, I am here with you. No matter how big the problem you face is, there is nothing I cannot resolve. I am the God who turns the impossible into possible. If you are willing to trust me, I can take your burden and give you peace. When you pray, you're not just speaking, you're opening your heart to me. It is in prayer that chains are broken and miracles happen. Did you know that every word you utter in prayer reaches my heart? It doesn't matter if your words are weak or if you can barely speak through tears. I hear each one, and I am working in your favor even now. Right, I believe in the power of prayer if you trust that I can work in your life. Beloved child, I don't want you to despair. When it seems like the end is near, remember that I have the final word. I am the author of your story, and I do not allow anything to happen without a purpose. Even what seems like a loss can be the beginning of something beautiful. I see what you do not. Trust that I am moving everything in your favor. But for you to see my hand at work, you need to pray with faith, believing that what you ask for is already on its way. Did you know that faith is like a seed? If you nurture it, it grows and becomes strong and unshakable. If you pray with faith, I can move mountains in your life. Always remember this. A prayer made in faith has the power to change any situation, even those that seem impossible. Don't give up now. I am working even at this moment. If you believe in the power of faith, right, with God, all things are possible. Don't let circumstances steal your hope. Things may seem difficult now, but I am the God who makes a way where there is none. I am the one who can restore what was lost and bring life to what seemed dead. No matter what you see with your eyes, trust what I promise you. I am the God of miracles, and a miracle is on its way if you can believe. My child, pray as if you have already received the answer. That is the key to unlocking blessings. Faith is not based on what you see, but on what you know I can do. Even when storms come, I am your refuge. Even when the night is long, my light is with you. Will you trust me even when you don't see the way? If you believe a miracle is on its way, right, I hope in the Lord. Let me tell you something, your prayers are not in vain. Even if you don't see the answer immediately, I am working. My timing is perfect, and I am never late. What you are facing now is preparing the ground for something much greater. I have a plan for you, a plan full of hope and blessings. Don't stop now, keep praying, keep believing. I am by your side. If you trust in my perfect plan, right, God never fails. My son, my daughter, I know how much the pain you've endured hurts. I see the wounds in your heart, the ones you try to hide from the world. But you cannot hide them from me. I am the God who knows every corner of your being, even those places where you keep the deepest pain. Today, I want you to know something. I am your healer. No matter how great the wound, no matter how long you've carried that pain, I can heal you. When the pain seems unbearable, I want you to remember that I am with you. There are no tears you shed that I have not counted. There is no sigh I haven't heard. I am the God who turns sorrow into joy, who transforms weeping into dancing. But you need to allow me to act. You cannot hold on to the pain and expect me to transform it. Let it go, give it to me, because only then can I restore what has been broken. If you believe that God can heal you, right, God is my healer. Healing doesn't always happen immediately, my child. Sometimes it is a process, but a process I handle with love and care. Don't despair if you don't see the change from one day to the next. Trust that I am working. Every day you decide to trust me, a piece of that wound begins to heal. Every prayer you make, even with a weary heart, brings you closer to your healing. I don't just heal physical wounds, I heal the soul as well. I know the weight of the past sometimes holds you back. The words others said, the mistakes you made, all these seem to chain you. But today, I tell you, no more. I came to set you free. My son, Jesus, carried your pain and your mistakes to the cross so that you wouldn't have to bear them. Your healing is on the way. If you believe in the freedom God gives you, right, I am free in the name of Jesus. My daughter, my beloved son, I want to restore everything in your life. Not only do I want to heal the wounds, but also to restore your joy, your peace, and your relationships. What was once broken can be rebuilt stronger than before. What you thought was lost forever, I can return, transformed and full of purpose. But you must believe. Don't focus on what you lost, focus on what I'm making new for you. No matter how many times you've failed, I never stop loving you. No matter how many times you've stumbled, I am always here to lift you. My love for you is inexhaustible, and my grace is sufficient. Don't listen to the lies that say you are unworthy of healing. To me, you are my beloved child, and there is nothing I desire more than to see you whole and restored. If you believe that God is restoring your life, right, my restoration comes from God. When you heal, something beautiful happens. You begin to see the world in a new way. The burden lightens, the heart fills with hope, and gray days turn to bright colors. That is the work I want to do in you. I am rebuilding every broken part. I am filling every void. But I need you to trust me completely. I need you to surrender to me and let my love do what you cannot do alone. If you surrender to God's love, right, God, I trust in you. No matter how long you've carried this pain, today is the day everything begins to change. I want you to imagine for a moment what your life will be like when this burden is gone. Picture the peace you will feel, the freedom you will enjoy. That is what I have for you, my child. I am the God who heals and restores. Your best moment is not behind you, it is ahead of you. If you believe your best moment is yet to come, right, God is working in my life. My son, my daughter, I know that sometimes fear creeps into your heart and doubts cloud your mind. I know there are moments when you wonder if I am truly with you, if you can trust me to face what lies ahead. But I want you to hear this truth, no matter how great your fears or how deep your doubts, I am here for you. I am your refuge in the storm and your solid rock when everything else feels unsteady. When fear paralyzes you, remember that you are not alone. I walk with you. My hands hold you and lead you along paths you cannot yet see. I want you to know that no circumstance is too difficult or problem too big for me to handle. But you need to do something, surrender your fears to me. Don't carry them any longer. Let me be the one to free you from that burden. If you trust that God is with you, right, God is my refuge. Doubts often arise because you cannot see the end of the road, but I want to remind you of something, even though you don't see the future, I know it. Every step you take is within my plan. Even when you feel lost, remember that I am your guide. Faith doesn't mean having no doubts, my child. It means choosing to trust me even when you don't have all the answers. I am here to show you that you can move forward with courage because I go before you. My child, do not let fear control your life. Fear is a tool the enemy uses to keep you trapped, but I have given you a spirit of courage. Inside you is a strength you may not have discovered yet, and that strength comes from me. Every time fear tries to stop you, I want you to declare my truth. I am your protector, your guide, and your strength. In me, fear has no power. If you believe that God is your strength, right, I am brave with God. I know that sometimes doubts arise because things don't turn out as you expected. I know you ask, where is God in the midst of this? But I want you to remember something very important. I am always working, even when you can't see it. What seems like a delay is not a denial, it is my perfect timing. I am preparing something greater for you, something you cannot even imagine. That's why I ask you to trust my process. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for your faith to grow. Don't focus on the problem, focus on me. Look beyond your circumstances and fix your eyes on who I am. I am the God who made the heavens and the earth, the one who parted the sea and calmed the storms. If I can do that, I can handle any situation in your life. But you must believe that I am with you every step of the way. If you believe that God is working in your life, right, I trust in God's process. I want you to know that fear does not define who you are. You are more than your doubts, more than your insecurities. You are my beloved child, and within you lies a purpose that no one can take away. Even when you feel you cannot move forward, remember that I am with you. I am your strength when you feel weak and your guide when you feel lost. When anxiety overwhelms you, I want you to do something. Pause, breathe, and talk to me. In those moments, I want you to remember that I am near, that my peace is available to you. The peace I give is not like the world's. It is a peace that surpasses all understanding. I cover you with my presence and give you the assurance that there is nothing to fear. If you seek the peace of God, right, the peace of God fills my life. My son, my daughter, no storm lasts forever. The winds of change are blowing in your life, and soon you will see how what seemed dark begins to fill with light. I am working so that you see my glory in every detail of your life. But you need to stand firm. Don't let fear or doubt keep you away from my presence. Keep believing, keep trusting, because I will not leave you. If you believe that God is with you in every storm, right, God never abandons me. My child, my beloved, I know that many times you wonder, why am I going through this? What is the purpose of so much pain and confusion? I want you to know that nothing in your life happens by chance. I am the God who orchestrates every detail, even those you don't understand right now. Everything you are facing is part of a greater plan, one filled with hope, blessings, and purpose. Even though you don't see the whole picture now, I assure you that I am working for your good. When life feels like chaos, remember that I am a God of order. Even in the midst of trials, I am writing a beautiful story with your life. Difficulties are not the end, they are the path to something greater. I don't waste anything. Every tear, every struggle, every challenge has a purpose. I am shaping you, preparing you for something beyond what you can imagine. If you believe that God has a perfect plan for your life, right, I trust in God's plan. Think of this, a teacher never stops teaching because the student doesn't understand right away. In the same way, I don't stop working in your life just because you don't understand what I'm doing. I am using everything you have faced to strengthen your faith, refine your character, and prepare your heart to receive what I have in store for you. Trust my timing, beloved child, because my timing is always perfect. Sometimes what seems like a delay is actually protection. You may be waiting for something that hasn't arrived yet because I am preparing something better for you. Trust me when I say that I will never leave you empty. Every promise I have made to you will be fulfilled in its due time. But to see them, you need to walk with me in faith and obedience. Don't stop, keep moving forward. If you trust that God's promises will be fulfilled, right, God is faithful. I know it's not always easy to believe in what you cannot see. Sometimes, circumstances seem to contradict my promises, and doubts begin to creep in. But, my son, my daughter, I want you to remember this: I do not lie. My promises are true, and what I have spoken over your life will come to pass. Circumstances do not change my plan. Instead, I use them to strengthen and fulfill it. My purpose for you is greater than your fears, your mistakes, or your insecurities. I see the potential I placed in you from the very beginning. I want you to trust what I am doing, even when you don't understand the why behind it. I am working for your good, not for harm. I am opening doors no one can close and closing doors that are not meant for you. Everything I do is out of my love for you. If you believe that God is opening new doors in your life, right, I trust in God's promises. My child, I want you to see your life as a seed I planted in a garden. You might only see dry soil now, but beneath the surface, there is life. I am working to make that seed grow, to bear abundant fruit. Don't lose heart during the waiting. The process is necessary for my purpose to be fulfilled. At every stage, I am with you, watering you with my love and nurturing you with my grace. Remember that my plan is not based on what you see now, but on what I am preparing for you. What seems like a dead end is actually a detour towards something better. I am using every challenge to build something in you, something that will not only bless you but also bless others. Your life is far more significant than you can imagine. If you believe your life has a divine purpose, right, my life is in God's hands. When the time comes for you to see the complete purpose, you will realize that every step, every tear, and every struggle had meaning. I am doing something new in your life, something that will bring glory to my name and joy to your heart. But you must remain in faith. Don't let doubts or circumstances pull you away from my path. I am guiding you towards something wonderful. Trust that I have not brought you this far to abandon you. I am with you every step of the way, leading you toward the destiny I prepared for you even before you were born. My purpose for you is good, perfect, and full of hope. Believe in me, my beloved child, because what is ahead is far better than anything you can imagine. If you believe that God is with you in every step, right, my future is in God's hands. My son, my daughter, the battles you face are not just physical or emotional, many of them are spiritual. You are not only fighting what you can see but also unseen forces trying to hold you back. But here is the truth, you don't have to fight alone. I am with you, fighting alongside you, sending my angels to protect you and ensure your victory. I know there are days when you feel exhausted, as though you can't go on. It is in those moments that you need to remember that you are not alone. I am your strength. When your hands grow weary, I lift them up. When your heart is filled with fear, I fill it with peace. Every time you feel like you cannot go on, I want you to turn to me. I am here for you. If you believe that God fights your battles, right, God is my protector. The enemy often attacks when you are weak, vulnerable, or tired. But listen closely, his power is not greater than mine. I am the Almighty God, and nothing and no one can defeat you while you trust in me. I have given you tools to face every battle, my word, prayer, and faith. Use them. When you declare my truth in the midst of the struggle, the forces of darkness weaken. I want you to picture something with me. Imagine being in the middle of a storm, but I am the shelter protecting you from the wind and rain. Even though the storm rages, it cannot touch you because you are under my covering. That is my promise to you, to protect you, to strengthen you, and to give you victory. No matter how great the battle, I am greater than any enemy. If you trust in God's protection, right, God is my refuge. My child, do not let fear paralyze you. When the enemy whispers lies, when he tries to make you believe that you cannot win, remember that I have already won the ultimate battle. My son, Jesus, triumphed on the cross so that you could live in victory. Every time you feel defeated, I want you to declare this truth: I am more than a conqueror through Christ. Every spiritual battle is an opportunity for your faith to grow. Don't fear the challenges, use them as stepping stones toward a deeper relationship with me. I am using even the struggles to strengthen your character and show you that you don't need to fight with your own strength. My Spirit lives in you, and with Him, you have everything you need to overcome any obstacle. If you believe that the Spirit of God lives in you, right, God is my strength. Remember this: there is no battle you face that I have not seen. Nothing that happens to you takes me by surprise. I have already prepared the way out for you. Even when everything seems lost, I am working. My plans for you are good, not for harm, and every battle you face brings you closer to the victory I have prepared. When you pray, don't do it in fear. Pray with the confidence that I am listening and responding. Pray like a warrior, knowing you are not alone. I am by your side, fighting for you, covering you with my grace, and ensuring you emerge victorious. Don't give up. Keep moving forward, for the enemy cannot defeat someone who walks hand in hand with me. If you believe that God is giving you victory, right, with God, I am victorious. Every battle has a purpose. Sometimes struggles come to teach you something you wouldn't learn otherwise. Other times, they show you the strength you have in me. And sometimes, battles are simply preparation for the great blessings that are on the way. Don't focus on the pain of the struggle, focus on the victory that comes after. The battle you face today will be the testimony you share tomorrow. What seems like a problem now will be the proof of my power in your life. Every step you take in this fight brings you closer to the victory. But remember, don't fight with your own strength. Let me be your guide, your strength, and your refuge. I am with you and always will be. If you believe your struggle has a purpose, right, my victory is in God. When you feel weak, remember that I am the one who renews your strength. When you feel that all is lost, remember that I am the God who makes a way where there is none. I will never leave you alone in the midst of the battle. I am here, ensuring that every step you take brings you closer to the victory I have promised. If you trust that God is with you in every battle, right, God fights for me. My son, my daughter, there is something I want you to understand deeply. Even in your weakest moments, I am working in your favor. Your strength is not measured by how much you can handle alone, but by how much you rely on me. When you feel like giving up, when the weight of life feels unbearable, remember that my power is made perfect in your weakness. You don't have to carry this burden alone. I am here to lift you up, to remind you that you are never walking this road by yourself. Every tear you cry, every silent prayer you whisper, I hear them all. Nothing escapes my notice. I am the God who restores, the God who turns mourning into joy and sorrow into triumph. If you believe that God is your strength, right, in God, I find my strength. My beloved child, I know there are times when it feels like the darkness will never lift. But hear me, no storm lasts forever. Even now, I am working behind the scenes, clearing the path, and preparing the breakthrough that you've been waiting for. Hold on, because the light is closer than you think. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and come to me. Let me be the shelter you need. The world may feel chaotic, but I am the God of peace. The peace I give is unlike anything you can find elsewhere. It is peace that goes beyond understanding, peace that guards your heart and mind, peace that remains even in the midst of challenges. If you seek the peace of God in your life, right, the peace of God sustains me. I want to remind you that you are never forgotten. Even when you feel invisible to others, you are fully seen by me. I know your heart, your desires, your struggles, and your dreams. I have not forgotten the promises I've made to you. My timing is perfect, and everything I've planned for you will come to pass. Trust me, even when the road feels long. If you trust in God's perfect timing, right, God's promises will never fail. My child, perseverance is not easy, but it is necessary. Every step of faith you take, even when it feels small, is leading you closer to the fulfillment of my plan. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due time you will reap a harvest if you do not give up. I see your efforts, your prayers, your trust. Even when you feel unseen, I am cheering you on, surrounding you with my love and strengthening you for the journey ahead. Keep going, for the reward is greater than you can imagine. If you believe that God sees and rewards your perseverance, right, I will keep moving forward with God. The process of waiting can feel like a test, but it is also a gift. In the waiting, I am shaping you, refining you, and preparing you for what is to come. Do not despise this season, for it is in the waiting that your faith is strengthened, your character is molded, and your trust in me grows deeper. If you believe God is working in the waiting, right, I trust God's process. My son, my daughter, every time you choose to trust me over your fears, every time you choose to pray instead of worry, you are planting seeds of faith that will bear fruit in due time. I am not only concerned with the destination, I am with you in every step of the journey. The trials you face are not meant to break you, but to build you. I am equipping you for something greater, something that will bring glory to my name and joy to your heart. Hold on to this truth: what I have started in you, I will bring to completion. If you trust in God's plan to complete His work in you, right, God is faithful to finish what He started. Remember, my child, you are never alone. Even in your darkest moments, I am by your side, holding you, guiding you, and speaking life into your soul. I am the God who goes before you, walks beside you, and carries you when you are too weak to walk. Trust me, for I will never let you fall. If you believe that God will never leave your side, right, God is always with me. You are more resilient than you think, not because of your own strength, but because of my spirit within you. Lean into me, and let my power sustain you. The battles you are facing today are temporary, but the victory I am bringing is eternal. Trust me to carry you through every storm, every trial, and every challenge. If you trust God to lead you to victory, right, in God, I am victorious. My child, do not fear what lies ahead. I have already prepared the way. Walk in faith, knowing that I am working all things together for your good. What may seem uncertain to you is clear to me. I am the God who holds your future, and I will not fail you. If you trust God with your future, right, my future is secure in God's hands. The journey is not over, my beloved. Keep trusting, keep believing, and keep pressing forward. What I have planned for you is far beyond anything you could ask or imagine. I am the God of miracles, and I am working on your behalf even now. If you are ready to step into the fullness of God's promises, right, I am walking in God's plan for my life. My son, my daughter, I want you to know that every step you take in faith, no matter how small, is seen and celebrated by me. You may not always see the results immediately, but every act of trust, every prayer, and every moment of surrender is building something eternal. Keep going. The seeds you are planting now will bear fruit, and the harvest will be abundant. When doubt tries to creep in, remember this: my plans for you are not limited by human understanding. I see the end from the beginning. What looks like a delay to you is often preparation for something greater. Trust that I am not only working for you, but also working in you, refining your heart, your faith, and your purpose. If you trust that God's timing is perfect, right, I trust in God's divine plan. There is nothing too broken that I cannot restore. Nothing you've lost is beyond my ability to redeem. I specialize in taking what seems hopeless and transforming it into something beautiful. The areas of your life that feel shattered are the places where my glory will shine the brightest. Do not be discouraged by what you see right now. The restoration I have for you is not just about returning things to how they were, but about making them even better than before. Trust me to rebuild what was broken and to make all things new. If you believe God can restore what was lost, right, God is restoring my life. Beloved, I know that the pain you've endured has left scars, but I want you to see those scars differently. They are not marks of defeat, but testimonies of survival and my faithfulness. Each one tells a story of how I carried you, how I healed you, and how I brought you through what seemed impossible. Your story is powerful, and it will be used to inspire others. The pain you've walked through will become a platform for my glory. Do not be ashamed of what you've been through. Instead, use it as a reminder of how far you've come and how much I've done for you. If you are ready to let God use your story for His glory, right, my story is for God's glory. Remember, my child, that I am the God who turns mourning into dancing, sorrow into joy, and despair into hope. The darkness you've experienced is not the end of your story. I am writing a new chapter, one filled with light, love, and promise. Keep trusting me, for the best is yet to come. If you believe your best days are ahead, right, God is bringing new blessings into my life. When you feel weary, come to me. I am your refuge and your rest. You don't have to carry the burdens of life alone. Lay them at my feet, and let me give you the peace and strength you need to keep moving forward. My grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. If you seek God's strength and peace, right, I rest in God's grace. My son, my daughter, I want you to walk boldly into the future I have prepared for you. Do not let fear, doubt, or past failures hold you back. I am the God of new beginnings, and every day is an opportunity to step into the fullness of my promises. I am with you, guiding you, equipping you, and strengthening you for the journey ahead. Trust that I am working all things together for your good, even the things you don't yet understand. My love for you is constant, unchanging, and unstoppable. If you trust God to lead you forward, right, I walk boldly with God. The journey may not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth, every trial a chance to deepen your faith, and every victory a reminder of my faithfulness. Keep your eyes on me, and I will lead you to places you've never dreamed of. If you are ready to embrace God's promises, right, I step into God's plans with faith. My beloved child, I am proud of you. Even in your struggles, you have chosen to seek me, to trust me, and to walk with me. Your faith is precious, and I will not let it go unrewarded. Hold on to my promises, for they are sure and true. You are not defined by your past or your struggles. You are defined by my love and the purpose I have for you. Walk with confidence, knowing that I am for you, not against you. Together, we will move mountains, overcome obstacles, and fulfill the destiny I have prepared for you. If you believe that God's plans for you are unstoppable, right, I trust in God's unstoppable plan. Remember, I am with you always, even to the end of the age. Keep moving forward, my child, for the victory is already yours. I love you with an everlasting love, and I am working all things for your good. If you are ready to walk in God's victory, right, I am victorious in Christ.